Tonight we starting with episode 7. Let's start from the bottom. 302 the podcast. Tonight we're gonna do the show a little bit different, man. We're gonna talk about local barbers, man, their journeys, and my experience being a local barber, man, and kind of pay tribute to one of the legends in the game, man, and barbering in this area. Cedric Jones, man, Cedric Jones, rest in peace. You know what I mean? Uh, and we're gonna get right into it, man. So first of all, I like to start, man, by saying, it's a lot of, and this is my opinion. This is my expert opinion. I feel like I can speak on it, man. So, in the barber game, this is the first episode 1 of a segment we're doing called the Mount Rushmore of Barbering in this area, Maryland, Delaware, upstate, downstate. And what it's about, man, the Mount Rushmore barbering is more or less about legends in the game. It's about, our journey. I know people can have opinions, so I'm just giving my opinion, my expert opinion, and it's opinion. So everybody got an opinion. Man, it ain't no hate, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's a lot of hate in the barber game, bro. Like, and that's something as being a veteran, you know what I'm saying, that kind of irritates me. But hopefully we can shed some light to the younger generation, man, and even the older, and we can inspire some people, man, and tell our stories and through our journeys in this segment we're doing. So first off, man, I'm gonna start with my story in this barber game, man. I started off, cutting hair, probably around 10 years old. You know what I mean? Started off with one pair of clippers, bro. Went to a yard sale, got a pair of $10. It was dog shears, matter of fact, ended up being, long story short, bro. Like, I started cutting my own hair, did my thing, ventured into the barber shop 18, 19 years old. When I started cutting hair, man, and it was $8 a haircut, bro. And then it went up to 10. I've been through every era of this game. So that's why I say I feel like I can legit, speak on it. I went from cutting for $8 to $10 to $15 to $20 to the $30. And now, these new era barbers, I should say, respectfully, they starting right out the gate getting $50 a head, $45 a head. So, which, respect, man. They get into it, get to the bag. They changing and innovating the game. So everything has its place. But, I'm kind of talking, I got to speak on it all if I'm going to speak on it. You know what I mean? Like, my experience, what I mean by Mount Rushmore, let's get into that first. The Mount Rushmore to me of barbering pretty much, in essence, it's like anything else, like basketball, like rapping. This is our area. This is our area of expertise. So what I would consider Mount Rushmore is somebody who's transcended through time, somebody who's have longevity, somebody who's made an impact, in the community, who's made an impact in the area, not just locally, but generally. And, not leaving nobody out, no respect, bro, but this is just my opinion. You know how they ask you for your top 5 in rapping or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is I have more than a top, 4, and that's Mount Rushmore. It's 4 heads on Mount Rushmore. So in rap, it maybe would be Jay-Z, Tupac, Biggie, et cetera, down the line. So for me, I don't want nobody to get it twisted, because I know people, say all types of things, you know what I mean? But whatever. This was talked about why Cedric, we paying tribute to him tonight in this episode, Cedric Jones. People have their opinions about me. They had opinions about him. But me and him had a conversation, before he passed. And, I told him he was on my Mount Rushmore. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, may be like, why? And I'm here to tell you the why. This is why. Mount Rushmore is somebody's name that's synonymous with what they do. You know what I mean? A legend is somebody that's done something for a period of time. So, whether you like it or you don't like it, or whatever qualms you had, or if he was great barber to you, if he wasn't, the best barber to you or whatever, one thing that we all can agree upon in this area, when you ask, hey man, Cedric, hey, the dude that cut hair, you immediately gonna say that his name is synonymous with cutting hair. So that's the difference in a legend. We always had the fly by nights, and that's not saying disrespectfully. Maybe I use the wrong poor choice of words, man. But I'm not talking about barbering and everything. Like, you got the rapper that's hot for a moment. Everybody gets there, you know what I mean? 15 minutes of fame, there, you know what I'm saying, their time to shine. But the Mount Rushmore is the people that transcend, you know, Tom Brady's, the Michael Jordans, the LeBrons, the Biggies, the Tupacs, you know what I mean? And every area of expertise, you know, these people are different. So, you know, and of course, you know, somebody might say, well, I put myself on Mount Rushmore. I'm going to tell you why I put myself on it in this area. I put myself on it not in an arrogant manner, but, you know, and I know people can have their opinions and be like, well, what did you do? Or who are you? Or blah, 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 or whatever. You know, I'm from a whole nother era of barbering. But if you don't know, you know what I mean? We'll get in that too also in these episodes. But like I said, I feel as though, and I mean, people can speak on it. You know what I mean? I feel as though I've done some pretty groundbreaking things to change the game of barbering in this area. You know, starting from 18, 19 years old, having a business. You know what I mean? A lot of things people don't know. You know what I mean? So, and we're gonna get into all that, man. We're gonna, you know, do a little documentary of the journey. But you know, I get into a couple things, you know, from being the first black uh man or a man of color in this area, period, to have a business, a barbershop or any type of business in a notable shopping plaza. This is 25 years ago. You know what I mean? It's me, Radio Shack, uh, Fashion Bug, you know, and DuPont was here then. It was Woolworth Plaza. It wasn't no Walmart. So some people may remember that. You know, I know a lot of people tend to forget, but you know, I'm 19 years old, man, and I got 3 pool tables in the joint. I got big screen TVs. You know what I mean? We got arcade game for the kids. Some people may remember this, man. And you know, at the time when I was doing it, I was just trying to be a better me. I wasn't trying to be a better barber than anybody or anything. But you know, I look back in hindsight at it and I didn't really see, you know, the greatness in it, or I didn't see the difference in it at the time. I was just trying to do what I thought was good for business. And really I was trying to have a safe haven for our people. So, you know, that's one of the things that was groundbreaking. You know, I mean, this is 25 years ago. You know, what guys are doing now in the game, I didn't have nobody to show me the way. I didn't have no footprints, you know what I mean, to step in behind. I had to break the ground to do it. And I really didn't know I was breaking ground. You know, I'm looking back now in hindsight, understanding, man, you know, why I had some adversity, some drawback, you know what I mean, from different, you know, different things, different people in the community about it. I really didn't know the impact that we had, you know, and it was me, my brother, Corey Palmer, Diddy. He's still cutting hair now. That's my man, you know what I mean? You know, we always gonna be family, always gonna be respect there. So at the end of the day, you know, that's one part of the story. But, you know, coming from it's a lot of people that I've touched and put my hands on and my imprint on that people don't even have a clue or know about, you know, period in this game of barbering, because it wasn't for nobody to know. You know, I did it out of love. I did it out of respect for the fact that I didn't have that myself. You know what I mean? Per se, I had people that showed me not really about cutting hair, but I learned. Just let's just say I learned. You know what I mean? I learned from people's mistakes pretty much. I didn't really have nobody to mentor me and guide me. So I wanted to be that. I always made a promise that I would be that to other people in this barber game. And you know, like I said, we're gonna keep some suspense, man. But you know, that's one of the reasons why. You know, it's always gonna be a little Dirk. It's always gonna be, you know what I mean, the baby. You know, you got different, and no disrespect because they hot. This is what I'm saying. But there's only one Jay-Z. It's only one Biggie. It's only Tupac. They different. This is the Mount Rushmore. So when I say the Mount Rushmore barbering, you know, it's people like Mr. Illy. That's the first cat I seen that had multiple barbers, more than 2 barbers in a barber shop in the flea market, and then had another barber shop in his hometown that he had multiple barbers in. So, like, to me, regardless of who, you know what I mean, who you were comfortable with cutting your hair or who your barber was or whatever, to me, that's like Mount Rushmore, because that's things that's groundbreaking. It's things that we hadn't seen. It's innovation. And still to this day, the flea market has a barber shop in it that was birthed and seeded from Mr. Illy. So, you know, Cedric, you know what I mean? He was around. He started with Mr. Illy. He's been around 30 years, man. And rest in peace, Cedric. You know what I mean? But like, I'm not just saying him because he passed away. I'm saying it because me and him chopped it up about this before he passed. So for all those, people that want to say whatever, oh man, y'all what, but we always been cool. You know what I mean? Regardless of what was said inside the barbershops by who or whatever, you know what I mean? We always was good. I had never been a hater of the other barbers, man. I never been afraid to stand beside a man and be a man, or stand beside a barber and be a barber. So, and that's something I want to pass on, man, to the youth. You don't gotta hate on a dude because he do what you do, man. Just do what you do. Be him for real. You know what I mean? And this social media age, man, it changed the game so much to where it's become a thing to where what we do is we self promote ourselves so much, which we should. It's a good thing. Don't get it twisted. Like, y'all get into the bag, bro. So respect. And I do have some of the new age barbers, man, on my Mount Rushmore too. You know what I mean? Respectfully, because they're changing the game, man. They're changing the prices. They're getting the bag. But what I wish would be done was that the level of respect will remain, and you don't have to really speak about it to be about it. Just do what we do, man, and get to that money and respect the craft, respect the other barbers, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't got to get nobody in my chair and beat down another barber to keep nobody in my chair. You know what I mean? Like, our job is to do what we do in that chair, not to make it personal, but it's business. So enough of that. But we'll get to more of that. You know what I mean? And that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. People can think whatever. People may think what they think about me, but what holds true is the facts, and no cap, bro. The truth of the matter is, I've been cutting hair in this neighborhood, just not this neighborhood. I had barbershops in UMES campus. I had barbershops in Milton. I had probably 13 locations here, and we're gonna get into that too, because everybody says, he moves around, but people don't know why I moved around. Think about the locations that we broke ground at. Stein Highway, the Ambient Care Building was mine. Let's get into it. Downtown years ago, across from the post office, a young black kid with urban kids there. You know what I mean? Across from the post office. Let's really speak about it. And a shopping plaza at 22. Parking cars there, and like, bro, drug dealers get their hair cut too. You feel me? So coming from where I come from, I didn't really see why I got the resistance, but I understand now in hindsight, like, I was putting business where businesses should be, but we still was a little rough around the edges, and people wasn't comfortable with the people that came around, you know what I mean, that the business catered to. So, and that's all part of the journey, bro. That's all part of, you know, me putting myself on Mount Rushmore, you know what I mean? And I use an analogy all the time, and it's not an arrogant analogy, but I'm like, you always going to get, like I said before, you always going to get the new hot artist, but Jay-Z still can come back and drop a God did. You feel me? At 50 years old. So, I've been in the game a long time, man, and I'm still in the game. I've been through what, 4 decades, 3 decades of barbering, man. Every style change, every era, bro, and still remain irrelevant. So, like I said, they got a right to their opinion. People not gonna put me on Mount Rushmore. Some people gonna remember why I should be on it. But it ain't about me. This whole thing's not about me. Tonight's about Cedric Jones, man, and me paying respect to him. It's about other barbers, man, like Janaid up in Dover, that people forget about, man, that's still putting it down, that changed the game of barbering in that area, two-story barber shop. People forget, man. It's about my man Diddy, Corey Palmer, man, coming in the shop with me, you know what I'm saying, 27 years ago, man, and quitting his job and getting to it and taking care of his kids and his family, doing this thing, man, for over 20-some years. It's about my brother getting out of prison, you know what I'm saying, in 2000 and trusting me and coming through, you know what I mean, and putting it together, man, to where we comprise, I like to say, well, it's facts, man. People that know, probably the busiest barbershop to date in this area. You know what I'm saying? With people coming from Maryland, Eastern Cambridge, Hurlock, Dover. I mean, every town you name from the surrounding areas, people came here, man. And that's something that I'm proud of, in an era where there was no social media. So that meant that we was what we was, you know what I mean? And the buzz was people, word of mouth, talking about these barbers in this little town, man, that we brought here, and we got to it and changed history for real, man. To be honest with you, I'm paying homage to Gary Cannon, I mean, people like him, people that's forgotten, John, you know what I'm saying? We got Shannon Henry, used to cut. People probably don't even remember. Like they came in and was getting to it, man, in the game. You know what I mean? So, and me, I like to say, I mean, people have their, like I said, everybody got their story with their barbers, man. But if I can say anything to the youth and to the young barbers, man, we got to do something different, even in what we did, you know what I mean? We always, a lot of times people fall into the propaganda and the conversation in the barbershop because it's the barbershop. But once again, man, we do not have to hate on each other to win. You know what I'm saying? We don't. And, to be honest with you, I'm not saying it because it doesn't bother me. I've never been a person in competition with another man, another barber, another anything. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, I've been competing with me my whole life, trying to be a better me. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be a better dad, better businessman, not that kid. You know what I mean? I got a story, man. Not that kid that got kicked out of school, not that kid that, got expelled twice. So that's been my competition. But and speaking on it, I chose to do this. I was gonna wait, and we're gonna have other barbers coming in, man, and sitting on the panel. But I chose to kick this thing off, man, because, like I said, my brother, he just passed. You know what I'm saying? And I can honestly say we never, I laugh and joke every time I saw him. We never had no ill will, regardless of what people thought or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like he had his battles, I had my battles. We had our rough places. He had his rough places. But at the end of the day, he a legend. He a legend in this game, man. So if people not giving him respect, I'm giving him respect. You know what I mean? And I was gonna give him respect while he was living. I'm just sorry that we didn't get a chance to do the show while he was living. So I'm doing it tonight. So like I said, bro, like this is the beginning segment of the Mount Rushmore of barbering in this area. And we want people to give their feedback, man. We might even do a little couple live things, man. You know what I mean? Because I know it's gonna be a great discussion. Sometimes it might be a heated discussion, and I want people to give their opinions. You know what I mean? I want people to, if they have, things that they disagree about what I'm saying, then we can have dialogue, bro. So this concludes, man, the kickoff episode 1 was episode 7 started from the bottom, but this is the first segment we doing on the Mount Rushmore of barbering, and we're gonna kick off the whole show to come more than just the Barber 302, man. So appreciate y'all for listening, man. And like I said, respect. Cedric Jones, rest in peace, bro. Love.